Hello, my crafty friends. Welcome to Happy Place Crafting, crafting therapy for the soul. I hope you all are terrific. I know I am. I'm hot. Well, actually, I'm not really hot. It's hot outside, but it's not hot in here. I'm kind of cold. Good problem to have, I know. So I hope you all are staying cool as well. No guests today, folks. It's just me, not even a Sophie today. She's busy this evening. So it's just going to be me. Hello to Dawn and hello to Pam. Thank you, ladies, for joining. So good to see you. I hope you all are doing well. She said YouTube is being weird. Why is it being weird? What's wrong with it? Hello. Anyways, we're going to kind of work on I wasn't actually really sure what I was going to work on today. Hi, Norma. Pam said the whole internet is being weird. There are storms here. I just want to warn you. We are supposedly about to have some storms, but they seem to kind of be going around us. So hopefully it'll be okay while we're here. Anyways, so I wasn't really sure what I was going to work on today, and I wasn't really inspired by anything. And then I had an inspiration. And my inspiration came from the Llama Goddess on Instagram. Don't ask. Hers that she did was very different than the one I'm doing, but kind of the same type of thing. Hi, Di. She said, correct. She said, you are Di. She said, correct. Yes, that's Di. That's my friend Di. For sure. I was hanging out with her this morning, bright and early. So I have this lady. Now, this is from a kit from Etsy, from Digital Fit called Hippie Old Lady. There's a bunch of them. I took it and blew it up. And just took part of it because I really only wanted like the top part of her head for what I'm going to do. And I think I'm going to make this into a card. She said, is that a character from Love Island? No. The characters from Love Island are a whole lot younger than this. Norma said she had a thunderstorm and rain, which means it's headed my way probably because she seems to be getting stuff before I do. So these are all my scraps, and I have them, well, these aren't all my scraps. These are all my tiny little scraps, and I have them, we're just going to set her apart for a little bit. I'm just going to grab some scraps. I kind of want most of them to be solids because I want to be able to write on them and doodle on them. Granddaughter having meltdowns. Oh, she's hanging out with her mini meltdown. Oh, she's so cute. She's so cute. It was fun having her on this morning, I thought. And I didn't feel like she's having a meltdown. She's fine. She's fine. We're kids or have had kids, so we all get it. You know what I mean? That's what I always told my kids. Because, like, when your kids aren't acting exactly how you would like them to, then sometimes, you might think that that's a little bit embarrassing. And then when you think it's embarrassing, it makes it worse. But everybody's been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. She wants to show everyone her journal tonight. Oh, that's exciting. I can't wait to see it. And her name, did you say her name is it Tula? Is that what it was? Is that what her name is? Or Tully. It's Tully, right? Is it Tully or Tula? I can't remember. Will you put it up there? Or don't. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Tully. That's what I thought it was. I think it's a cute name. For sure. I like that name. We're going to just... Ooh, I like that one too. I have a lot of good blue ones. But I want to mix some stuff. Yeah, it's a really cute name. Very Australian name, I think. Very Australian. She's definitely an Aussie. She's got her cute little accent that I know you don't think is an accent, but it is to us. And she's cooking, Donna's cooking steak while watching. Oh, very good. Very good. Very good. Sounds pretty good. We already had dinner. We were supposed to have breakfast for dinner, but it's too hot to make eggs. So we had subs, cold subs for dinner, and that was just fine for me. Just fine, just fine. I didn't really feel like cooking anyway, so. Oh, we need turquoise for sure, because that's my favorite color. Do you think we have enough yet? Probably not. Let's grab some more. All the usual suspects are on tonight. Thank you so much. Yeah, Di had her granddaughter on, and then she had made these dragons. They were really cool. Very cool dragons. Very clever. Little. And you could put your like hand in them and make them move. It's pretty neat, actually. Very clever. Everybody fall asleep and left me. Am I talking to myself? That would be nothing unusual. My dog just walked in, looked at me, and left. Like, it's just her. Just mom talking to herself again. No big deal. Dawn said no, she's listening. Okay, good. I'm glad you're listening. At least somebody is. All right. I want this to go kind of like in a fan, I think. So I'm going to start gluing these. I kind of marked the middle of this. This is just a 5x7 because I think I want to make it into a card, but I want it to go this way. I want to make a fan that's going to be behind her that I can write on some of the things and maybe doodle on them as well. So I do want them kind of to be plain. So I think we'll put this one in the middle. So then we can kind of build out on both sides of it, I think. Oops, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. I need to cut this. I'm listening on 2 lives at once. Oh, good. Who else is live? Somebody else good? I'm thinking about changing my live time, actually. I like it on Wednesdays, but I'm kind of thinking about making it a little bit earlier because by Wednesday evening, I'm usually kind of tired. She says she's not ADHD. Norma had a phone call, but she's back now. The other Beth. Who's the other Beth? Oh, Elizabeth Costa Rogers? That's very interesting. That's okay. Thanks, Dawn. I appreciate it. Yeah, I am thinking about changing. Beth Schuler is with Becca. Okay. Only because I want some other people to be able to be on. And if they, I don't know, I just feel like I need a better time to be able to have different people. Well, I don't know. I want Di to be on. And so I've been trying to figure out a time that would be, I can't wrap my head around the time zone with her. And I don't really like that I run into Elizabeth Costa Rogers because then I feel like, I kind of feel like I'm in a rush to get done with, and I feel bad if I go over, by a few minutes or whatever. So Norma says it's the perfect time, at least for her. Oh. Yeah, I'm just thinking about maybe doing it a little bit. Right now it's 8 a.m. So if I did it any earlier, then it's going to be too early for you. All right. Yeah, that's not good. unless I did it super early. Biddy Penny has not been doing it on Wednesday mornings. And I think I might talk to her and see if I can take over her slot. If she's still not going to keep on doing it, then I feel like I want this one. No, it can be wider. It's fine. Right now it's 8 a.m. on Thursday. Yeah. I kind of feel like maybe if I made it early like that, then I could get dye on here. I don't know. Because if it's 7 a.m., sometimes BP does on Wednesday. Yeah, I know she does. But she said that she was going to do it on Thursdays, Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So I might ask her if I can borrow her slot and see how that goes. Or maybe make it a little bit later than that. I don't know. I don't like competing with people. I don't want to do that. Because I like to watch those people too. You know what I mean? So, I don't want that. But I do think an earlier time slot might be okay. So I don't know. I'll ask and see. And if she says no, that's fine. I'll find another slot. Or I'll keep my same one. I don't know. But we'll see. So my thoughts behind this are kind of funny, actually. I feel like as women, we have a lot of thoughts that go on in our heads, and a lot of things that we say to ourselves that we wouldn't say to other people. And so I kind of want to put on here good thoughts, good things that we should say to ourselves instead of all the negative things that come in our heads. Because I don't know about you, but I have a lot of little negative Nellies that come into my head sometimes. And see, this is going to be covered up by her, I think, if I do this. Well, that... Yeah. Well, I need to flip it. That hole would be covered up. It would. It would. So anyways, Dawn said it's all about what works. Wait, Wednesday we spent time with our son. He was home for a few hours today. Oh, good. It's all about what works for you, Beth. Monday night hair was body on. Yes. People will spend time with you because of the time spending time with you, not because of the time slot or who else is on. Oh. Dawn said she loves encouraging words, positive self-talk. Yes. Yeah, my word for this year is grace, because I need to learn to give myself some grace. It's something I'm working on. And so I thought this would be a good way to work on that. And in a positive way, something positive. Instead of highlighting all the negative things that we say to ourselves, which we do, we all can admit that, then maybe concentrate on some of the positive things. I'm trying to think. I might need to, I have a thought here. Let's kind of outline her real quick so I can figure out where that's going to hit. Those are all good. We're just going to outline this real quick so I can figure out where these need to be. There. All right. That way we can use some of the shorter ones and kind of angle them in too. Going live and chatting to you guys lifted me. Hi, Jeffrey. That's my brother. He remembered. I'm surprised that you remembered, to be honest. we talked the other morning and he was like, I might pop in. And I said, that would be nice. Be very nice. He's a busy guy, so I appreciate it when he takes time out to pop in to say hello. No guest tonight. No guest. I didn't line anybody up tonight. So, and Sophie is, being a teenager. She's waiting for me to get off of here so she can watch more Love Island. She's so funny with that. So crazy. But like I said, I will take any time I can get with her. I know how precious it is, so I'm good with that. Di said she would faint if her brother popped in. He said he's not that old yet. Not old and forgetful yet. I am. I'm forgetful. I have to write everything down or I forget it. I can be very forgetful. Tell her Uncle Jeff is on. All right, hold on. I'll message her and say, come. Hi, Karen. I missed you too. We were on your premiere earlier. I popped in for a little bit before I started making dinner. Hold on. I'm going to message Sophie and tell her to come in here for a second. If she's not, she said she was going to take a nap, but we'll see. Because I don't want to yell across the house. Just 1 second. Not watercoloring tonight, Karen. Not. We're working on, hey, you'd be proud of me. We're working on positive affirmations tonight is what we're going to do. We're going to put positive stuff in this little hippie chick's head. I love these hippie chicks. They're my favorite. I just like them because they're just real people. They're not like, little skinny characters. I think I hear her coming. I think she's coming. There she is. She's rolling her eyes at me. You can blame your Uncle Jeff for that one.
Well, I'm about to go to sleep, so.
Okay, well, just come say hello real quick, please.
Hi, everyone.
Say hi to your Uncle Jeff.
Hi, Uncle Jeff. Hi, everyone.
Let's see. Dawn is on. Pam's on. Karen's on. Di's on. Dawn. Did I say Dawn?
Yeah.
Norma's on. A lot of people are on. We've got a lot of. She said hi, Grumpy.
I was about to say hi to my bed, but then I get a text.
Yeah, well, you don't really want to go to sleep, do you?
I really do.
Sleeping's boring.
So the one who has to take a nap every day to function.
Well, I'm old. Plus, I don't sleep well at night. So, plus I was up at 5 o'clock this morning watching Die. So I'm allowed to take a nap, especially on Wednesdays.
She said, "Are you overstimulated for too much Love Island?" No, I'm stimulated just the perfect amount.
Yeah.
I love me some Love Island. But you know what else I also love? Me a nap. So, bye.
You're leaving me already?
I am.
Oh, my goodness. That was a short drive through.
I'm tired.
Okay, goodbye. I love you.
Goodbye.
I'll see you in a little bit.
See you in a little bit. Have fun.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks. Oh, my goodness. What is there? Oh, they're saying bye. Right, drive-through. She was definitely a drive-through today. She's not hanging out. She's not painting. Even though I have her lovely painting that she did last week hanging above my, see, this is going to be cute. Hanging above on my pegboard, at the top of my pegboard. We're going to need some more. I need to pull a few more things because I only did like half. Teenagers, right? You love that lady? This lady, Karen, is from Digital Fit on Etsy, and she's called Hippie Old Lady. And there's a bunch of them, actually. There's a ton of them. And they're all like, just here's another one. This one I was going to do too. Look at her. Can you see her? I thought of doing her, but I decided to do the other one. I just love them. They've all got like flowers and they just look artsy. I like them. That's what I want to be, a hippie old lady. That's my thing. She said, look at their hair. You got them last week. They need to be on cards. She reminds her of Pippi Longstocking. She said she loves them too. Di, you got them last week? I've had them for a while. I used them before. And then I saw this and I was like, oh, I really want to do a head. I wanted to do the top of somebody's face, but I wanted it to kind of like represent, us, our age group. Not saying that we're all hippie old ladies, but some of us are. I'm proud of it. So Dawn said she's already a hippie old lady. I know you are, Dawn. I love that about you. When people ask me to describe, if I had to describe Dawn, I would say my go-to for her is that she reminds me very much of Meryl Streep. Very much so. She's just kind of free, and I love that about her. And I think Meryl Streep is very pretty personally, so. Hi, Biddy Penny. How are you, ma'am? Thank you for joining us. I'm popping in. We were just talking about you earlier. She's saying her highs to everybody. Oh, you know what? These are digitals. These ones are. Ooh, that one's kind of dark. Oh, let's use that one. Maybe pull that one in. I don't know. Hopefully we have enough now that we can finish this. Dawn said I'm not the first person to say that. Good. Well, it's true. You do remind me very much of her. I don't know. It's just something about your demeanor that is just kind of reminds me of her. And I like her. She's like one of my favorites. So it's definitely a compliment. Sophie even knows who she is, believe it or not, because we watch Murder in the Building, and she's on that show with Steve Martin and who's the other guy on there? Biddy Penny said she could see that. She also loves Meryl. Yeah, she's a pretty cool chick. And she's been in some really great stuff. So I think she's a wonderful actress. So I don't know. How am I doing on time? Not too bad. We'll get this finished. Well, we might not get it totally finished, but we'll at least get it pretty well started. So you get the gist. And then maybe you'll make your own and share it. And we'll see what all these women have in their heads. All the nice and not nice. Oh, Martin Short. Yes, Pam. Martin Short. Right? Right? That is it. That's it. Very good. Thank you, Pam's husband, for clearing that up for me. I appreciate it. See, my mind just is like I could see him in my mind. I can see the whole cast. But names, I'm not always good with names. I'll never forget a face. Hi, Cheryl. I like that your husband is listening to us. That's kind of funny, actually, Pam. He said, Martin Shore. It's got a great cast. Sophie, That's another one her and I watch together. We don't only watch Love Island and all this smut that's on TV. It just so happens that's what we're watching at the moment. Um, but it is kind of funny to watch it with her because she has her hands over her face half the time. She just likes the drama, I've decided. But the bottom of this card is going to be a little bit thick. I didn't really anticipate that, but it's not going to bother me. So if it bothers you, then you wouldn't have to extend them clear to the bottom. You know what I mean? You could just do the top of them. Like if you traced the design, the head that you're using, you wouldn't have to put it clear down. Is what I'm saying, I guess, or trying to say. Does that make sense? She was thinking of Julia. Julia isn't making a mistake. Oh, I know. I love that. When I think of Meryl Streep, I think of Mamma Mia, actually. That's usually, that would be my go-to for her, personally, because you can't go wrong with Mamma Mia. Norma wants to know if she's the only one that doesn't use a stamping platform. She hardly ever uses one. You know what? You are not the only one. I'm not the only one. There's a song about that, isn't there? You know you're not the only one. Anyway, Dawn loves Mamma Mia. Aw, hi Sparkle Heart. I don't usually use one, Norma, but I already had trouble with the stamp, so I thought the platform would work better if it didn't. Yeah, I have a couple of them. I have one from Crafter's Companion, and I have another one from Tim Holtz, actually. And I don't like either one of them, to be quite honest. I just don't like them. I don't feel like, I don't know. I can see their use, and I think maybe if I was more of a card maker, then there would be more of a purpose for it. But because I don't make a ton of cards, I don't really feel like, I feel like if I, as a junk journaler, mostly, um, I feel like if I stamp something and it's not perfect, that's okay. I don't really need it to always be perfect, so I don't feel like I have a use for it as much. But I can see that if you're stamping something over and over and over again, or you want to be able to, make sure that the image is clear and you don't want to have to, you make sure it's not moved. I see the point of it for sure. I just don't think, if I had it to do all over again, I wouldn't have purchased one, I don't think. At Christmas, I put as many different stamps as I can in mass stamp and then colored. Yeah, see, that makes sense to have it then. So I do see like the purpose of them, and I see why some people really like them. I just think it's an individual thing as a crafter. Like either it's your thing and you like it or you don't. And that's okay. You like what you like and don't like what you don't like. Right? I want to get these done because I want you all to help me with what the stuff is that's in your head. And we're going to put all good stuff that's in our heads. And we're not going to put any of the cruddy stuff that we say to ourselves that we wouldn't say to other people. Right? So my daughter is moving out of state with my grandchildren in a couple months. I'm not too thrilled about it. So there's that. This I'm going to need to, look, I'm going to cut this just like this. I'm going to get rid of that so it's not so bulky. Look. We're just going to cut some of this off. Look at this. I just need this to be a little bit less bulky here. It wasn't a good idea to do that. Hold on. I'm thinking and I'm not looking. Norma said that will be hard, Beth. Yeah, it will be. She's taking my grandkids and my kid, and she's used to live really close to me, so it is going to be hard. I'm still navigating the whole being a parent of an adult children thing. It's kind of hard, but it is getting easier. And part of it getting easier is all of you, actually, is, finding my community and um, all my crafty friends. And that has helped, navigate everybody moving on with their lives and staying put in mine. You know what I mean? Um, that's a challenge for me right now. So my son's getting ready to go to college this fall, so he won't be home, and Sophie just in a few years will be graduated and off to college herself. So yeah, it's this parenting adults is, I think, a little hard. Plus, I'm not really good at not, the loss of control. I'm just not good at it. I'd like to be able to help. And, when they get older, their problems get bigger and, harder to help them solve. And, they got to learn it on their own. And, I was really upset at first about my daughter moving, but, she's doing what she thinks is best for her and her family. And I can't fault her for that. I'm not mad about it. It's just, it's going to be different, and it's going to be difficult for a little while. It's going to, take some getting used to. But, life goes on. And more expensive, yes. And Betty said we offer a great distraction. You for sure are a great distraction. Yes, ma'am. I agree with that. All right, now we're going to put her down. Let's glue her on top of all this mess. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're doing really good. Okay. It's only 6:30. Wait, what did Karen say that was so funny? And more expensive, yes. And it's not easy to not parent the grandchildren when you see something. Dawn got distracted with cooking. She's back. Yeah, it is hard, just to, let them do their own things sometimes. I think that part is hard. But it is what it is. I just got to learn to let it go. All right. What did I do with it? Here it is. We're going to put this on here. All in your head. Should we mat it maybe? No, I don't think so. I think we're just going to glue it here. I don't parent my grandchildren. I just love them. Oh, the other Pam is here. Hi, Pam. And yeah, I try not to either. And I think that's the great thing about being a grandparent is you don't really have to correct them. You can just kind of spoil them and send them on their ways. And my daughter used to live right down the street from me, and then they moved a little bit further away, and that was hard. And so I've been seeing them less and less because they are further away, and now they're going to be really far away. So, all right, all in your head. So let's put some good things that should be in our head instead of the bad things that are in our head. All right, let me grab a pen. Let's see. Let's do this one. Why does that lady remind me of Patty? This lady? Of your Patty? Jeff? Pam says she loves this community, but I distract myself from getting the things done I should be doing. Yeah, right. When lives are on. Right. I do too sometimes, but oh well, they'll wait. They'll be there. Yes, your Patty? Really? I don't know. Maybe her smile? I don't know. Not this one? I don't know. They're all great. I love them all. The little hippie ladies. Biddy Penny said, "Hey, Uncle Jeff." And Biddy Penny said this card makes her think of Diane. Aw, yeah, it does kind of. Yeah. Aw. Maybe I'll have to send it to Di when we're done. She's been having a rough way to go, too. It's been a rough year for some people, I feel like, so far. I think the beginning of the year was a little bit tough for me, but it's, knock on wood, it started to calm down a little bit, so we'll see. But Dawn said it's a lovely card. Aw. Okay, so let's put some things on here that are lovely. If we're going to send it to Di, maybe we should put some things that are lovely about Miss Diane. Like, she's, the first thing I think of when I think of Diane is that she's snarky. And I love that about her. How do we spell? This is the bad thing. My spelling is horrible. Hold on. She said, "Woohoo." I'm going to have to, I don't even know that I have your address. I might, though. I'm going to have to get it. If I don't, you'll have to send it to me, Diane. But I will send it to you. Send it clear to my friend in Australia. Okay, it is just with one K. So, snarky. So, we'll do that. She's snarky. What other things? Do we have any other words for Diane? Everybody? Wait, I got to look at the thing. Free spirit. Oh, it's on your channel? Okay, I'll get it from there. She's cool, and that smile reminds me of her laughter. Yes, she does. She's funny, and she's a free spirit. Yes, I love that. She's funny. She's a free spirit. Creative. That's very good. She is very creative. She's loving. You should see the way she talks to her granddaughter. It's very sweet. She's kind. Yes, kind is a good one too. Oh, another one is supportive. She's very supportive. She's been very supportive to me on my little channel. She's friendly. Yeah, see, these are great. Good job, guys. Friendly. Jeff said she's the life of the party. Yes, she is. She is. The life of the party. She's confident. That's another good one. I wish my handwriting was better. I'm sorry about that, Di. See, very supportive. See, other people said supportive too. Generous. Generous is very good too. Creative. Do I have creative? I have creative, but I don't have smart. Let's put smart down here. Smart. Generous, supportive. Didn't see you said it. Dedicate. Oh, do I have dedicated on here? I don't think I have that. She is dedicated. That is really good. Let's put that one here. She's an Aussie. Yes, that's true. Yes, we do think of that when we think of her, don't we? She's also loving to her dog and her husband and to all of us. She doesn't know what to think about. Not humble after this, right, Cheryl? She's got a big head on her shoulders right at this point because we're saying all these nice things about her that she probably is cringing because she'd rather. Yeah, she is a boss lady. That is for sure. Let's put that one on here. Boss lady. Um, yeah, she's organized. Oh, I don't know. She's getting this on a t-shirt. Organized. She loses a lot of stuff. She has little gremlins in her craft room that tend to steal her stuff, but we'll put organized just so she can laugh about it. She'll be like, organized? I don't know. That might be a stretch on that one. No, she is pretty well organized. Her craft room is very organized. I agree. It is carefully arranged. She has a lot of stuff in a little bit of space. What else? Wait, we need a few more. 1, 2. Well, we actually could like doodle on some of these. She attempts to be organized. She said, well, at least she knows who took it. Right. I mean, I'm pretty sure when I was watching her this morning's one of, and then it's funny because anytime I'm missing something, I'm like, guys, gremlins are around. Those gremlins are come to visit me. Yeah. But we all, that's part of being a crafter, right? We all are always looking for something that we lost. It's normally on the floor, on our sleeve, or it's somewhere that we can't find. Let's see. We need a couple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We need 12 more, ladies. Come on, we can think of 12 more. Especially when we clean our desk, right? And then hide everything from ourselves. Oh, curious is a good one. She is curious. She's creative. Do we have artistic? No, let's put that one. I'm going to have to put that one here. Humble. Persistent is good too. Yes, she is persistent. See all these. Thank you all for this one. An awesome way to start my day. Can we do this once a week, please? Messy. Oh, messy is good. She is messy in a good way. Visionary is good. Thank you, ladies, for all these wonderful words. She said her word, not mine, right? She's a messy palette AU after all. That's pretty good. I think we've pretty well got it. See, this is pretty cool, right? She's very good at being Diane. Yeah, she is very good at that. For sure. Oh, poetic? That's pretty good too. She's good at digital creations too. So how would we say that? She's got all those kits that are very cool. She said she's perfectly me, Dawn. Yeah, she is. She's a good Diane. We love her for that. See, this is perfect for her. I think everybody needs to make one of these for themselves. Do you think it would be harder to make one for yourself or to make one for somebody else? Let's put Diane on here. Oh, imaginative. Do I not have that on here? That's pretty good too. I'm glad you guys are putting these on here so that I don't have to look them all up. Imaginative. I told you my spelling is really bad. That would be hard, a blank card. right? It would be harder to make one for yourself. So maybe we all need to make them for each other. Right, Pam? I could make one with negative stuff too. It's really easy to do with negative stuff, right? But it's harder to say nice things about ourselves, and we've got to change that story. We have to change that. We have to be able to look at this and say all these nice things about ourselves, because I'm sure that Diane wouldn't. Karen says she has a whole file for all her greatness. Right? Maybe we all can make one for each other. I agree. Right? And that maybe it's a good reminder to, like, hey, these are all the things that we think of you, and these are all really great things. And there are probably things maybe on a bad day that maybe Di doesn't think of herself. And all of us, Benny Penny, even Karen, who seems to have a whole file full of good things about herself. I bet she even has days when it's hard to think of all these wonderful things about her. So, and I want you guys to do that. Karen recently reminded me that at the end of my channel, I always say that crafting is cheaper than therapy. Um, and we get to make really cool stuff. And that's not to say that I don't agree with therapy. I absolutely agree with it. I go to therapy myself. I probably will for probably the rest of my life, and I need to. Um, it's just not everybody can. And crafting is part of my therapy. It's become part of my therapy. All of you have become part of my therapy. So that's kind of why I say it and what I mean by it. And I'm kind of glad that Karen called me out on it, because I want to make sure I'm clear when I say that that's what I mean by what I say. So I kind of wanted to clear that up. And she said roots. What is that? I did a painting a few years ago that was a beautiful flowering tree, and underneath were roots with all negative self-thought. And she said, and you know it. Some of you may notice some of the things you see in others in yourself. Aw. And Karen said, listen, my therapist and I have a love relationship. My husband was like, you see him more than me. Right? Jeff, you talk about yourself all the time in a good way. And Vinnie Penny said, crafty friends are great therapists, right? That's what I think. I think crafting is great therapy. Being creative is a great outlet, I feel like. And like, I know that it's helped me a great deal. And I think it helps a lot of other people. I'm not the only one. I don't even know what Jeff means. Sure, nobody else will. Hey, I have all nice things to say about you, sir. My brother. I don't have anything negative to say. Yes, Beth, healing one brushstroke at a time, right? That's absolutely right, Karen. So, well, I think I'm going to let y'all. He said, well, yeah, my brother is actually making guitars. He's pretty crafty himself. I wouldn't say that's crafty. I would say that's artistic. That's an art, I think, to be able to do stuff like that. So it must be in our genes. Right? Yeah, he does. He does cars, which Diane would like that because they're into cars too, Jeff. So you kind of fit into this group, like it or not, you know. So I know you're a busy guy, but and everything, but you could come hang out a little bit more than you do. Yeah, we got it from Mom for sure. She was very artistic herself. Yep, she was. We've got the gene. Oh, he says he's in. Okay. Well, don't forget about us. You've been gone for a minute. Right? She said, hey, Jeff, come join us. Right? So funny. So funny. We're done early today. I'm going to decorate the inside of this and get Di's address and send it to her. I just think it's kind of cool, right? And again, the idea from it was here. I'll show the original idea because I screenshotted it. It was not my original idea, but my the way I did it is very different than the way the other person did it, but um, I saw it on Instagram and it was from the Llama Goddess, and this was hers. Can you see it? See that? And it's all in black and white, and she had them coming out of her head. So it was very different, but this one's more my style. And I hope it dies. She said, aw, thanks, Dawn. Yeah, we love you, Di. Thank you so much, everyone. I feel a whole lot lighter. Aw. Yeah, well, this is going to be coming to you. I'll have to send you a little happy mail to Australia, to my Aussie friend. And I'll let y'all go. I'm going to go probably watch Love Island until with Sophie until 8 o'clock. And so I'll see you over there on the Messy Palettes channel. Oh, thank you, Pam. Oh, it was great hanging out with all of you. Thanks, Cheryl. I love you all. Remember, the crafting is cheaper than therapy. I know, I know. And we do really get to make cool stuff. And hey, ladies, make each other one of these cards and send them to each other, please. We all need reminded of things like this. All right. Love y'all. Love you, Jeff. Later.